I'll have details at 8:30.
Thank you very much. Well, it's not for everyone, but more people are putting on their warmest gear and cycling through the winter months. It is a great way to get around the community and to stay healthy. But my next guest says more needs to be done to make sure that bike lanes are clear for snow and slush to keep people safe. Janice Jim is Vice President of Cycle Waterloo Region and a longtime cyclist and advocate. Welcome to the show, Janice.
Oh, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So you pulled up to our studio on your bike this morning. Give us a sense of what the conditions are in area bike lanes and trails.
It's really a mixed bag. I've been going around taking photos of my daily, routes, and I'm not going out of the way to pick problem areas. I notice a lot of the cycling grid is hit or miss. There's icy spots, there's uncleared spots. Even in downtown Kitchener, the high-use cycling grids, the two-way bike lanes, half of it could be cleared, and then half of it is covered in ice. And all the turns are really dangerous because they're all covered in ice. So there needs to be, something done because we've got a great cycling grid in downtown Kitchener, got a great cycling grid in uptown Waterloo and beyond, and they're not usable and they're dangerous. One example is University Avenue, high traffic area with bike lanes between UW and Laurier, and it was completely unusable and covered, in ice or ice chunks. And then, it's very dangerous to ride in traffic. You have to take up the lane, and then drivers would get angry at you if, it's not doable during rush hour. So, the city has the grid, but they're not maintaining it in the winter.
And you say you've noticed this, and I would assume that you're hearing that from CycleWR people as well.
Yeah, I basically use my social media to put a call out to people to send in their photos, so that way we could report to the city. The city has responded a bit on social media, saying the University Avenue, the region responded that they were going to look into it and try to clear it. And then the city and Kitchener and Waterloo have monitored my posts, so they said they were going to take a look at the problem areas.
So from what you've seen, why do you think it's so difficult to keep bike lanes clear?
I think they don't have a master plan currently of scheduling and deploying the resources. Montreal is a great example of a cycling city with a grid, and they actually have a master plan, a coordinated plan to clear all their bike lanes. So their bike lanes are cleared at the same time as roads, and they have a plan. So I think that's what the city and the region needs to do, more coordination of clearing the trails.
And as you said, you are busy on social media. You have tweeted your concerns. You've appeared at City Council in the past to talk about the need to clear bike lanes. What's been the response?
It's not just bike lanes and sidewalks. It's an equity issue for everyone, people with families, strollers. Everyone, deserves to be mobile, after it snows. The city of Waterloo, we had a delegation last year about snow clearing on sidewalks and enhanced snow clearing at bus stops and bike lanes, and they were very receptive. So they have a plan that's coming out in December 2024 that was added as enhanced sidewalk snow clearing was part of their budget. So I'm optimistic. Because both cities and the region have long-term goals of net zero and environmental sustainability, and this fits right in. And newer buildings are removing parking minimums, so they're expecting people not to have cars. So they need to live up to that, right, and provide the infrastructure for us to use.
That is a great point. So how do you make it so that people just don't leave their bikes at home right now? Would you have some tips on getting around the community even when the conditions are less than ideal?
Yeah, I work with the biking lawyer, Dave. He's a great advocate and based in Toronto. He's got a winter cycling guide, and we just try to put out resources on CycleWR on our media. Definitely on days like this, I take it easy. I have wiped out once, but just be careful. Be visible on the road, be predictable, and layer up. It's actually, once you get going, it's not really that bad. One great example of a perfectly clear trail is the Iron Horse Trail. The city has done an amazing job. You go you go there, you see how many walkers, cyclists, families, dogs, like everyone's on the trail because it's properly maintained and it's safe and it's not icy. Like that's one example of like what we want. That's like the highway that connects Kitchener and Waterloo.
It's true. Yeah, very true. So just before we let you go, Janice, if people are out there and they're on their bike and they see bike lane or trail conditions that they think are unsafe, what should they do?
Well, snap a photo with the location and then tag CycleWR. Otherwise, send it to the city, send it to your counselor, email them. And they actually have Kitchener has a call center that you could call in, and Waterloo as well to report, dangerous, areas. Because I did notice like a sidewalk at University Avenue was basically an ice rink. It was like a big corner apartment building, and I saw all these students just trying to like gingerly walk. This shouldn't be. It's a high traffic road. Like this is not working. Whatever plan we have right now.
Well, stay safe out there, Janice. Great to talk to you this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Janice Jim. She's the vice president of Cycle Waterloo Region and is a longtime cyclist and cycling advocate in the region. Getting up to 8:19 now on the morning.